everybody, Kenny Ducey here for the Action Network, ready to give you my favorite plays on Wednesday's NBA slate. This is daily action picks for February 2nd. Now, I am in New York, and I'm going to take two New York teams here, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody. First off, I'm going to go with the Knicks +4 at home against the Memphis Grizzlies in what could be the Knicks' first big win, significant win, in nearly a month. You look back in mid-January, they beat the Dallas Mavericks. That was probably the last time the Knicks had an impressive win. Since then, over the last 8 games, they have 6 losses, just 2 wins over Sacramento and the Clippers. Not very, very big wins, not impressive performances by the Knicks. But the one thing that you can say over the last 8 games is they've played really good defense. They're top 10 in defensive efficiency in that time. Their offense is second to last, but it's hard to blame them when you look at the opponents that they've faced. The Cavaliers, a revamped Pelicans defense that's top 10 over the last week, a Hornets defense that all of a sudden decided to start playing the Bucks. It's a very, very tough list of opponents they've had to go through. And the Memphis Grizzlies, while you think that they're a good defense, they are top 10 for the season. Over the last 2 weeks, they're 14th in defensive efficiency. And yes, the Grizzlies are 4-2 over their last 6 games. When you look at the opponents that they've beaten, a Jazz team without Rudy Gobert, they beat the Wizards when Bradley Beal went 2 for 11. It's easy to see that maybe these wins, there's a little bit more to them. They have dealt with some injuries, but Dillon Brooks is still out. And the big thing here is Steven Adams is listed as questionable. You look at last time out against the Sixers, the Grizzlies, one of the best rebounding teams in the league, got actually out-rebounded by the Sixers thanks to Andre Drummond's big night. There were 68 points scored in the paint by Philadelphia. Just a bad performance up front. Now Steven Adams may be out. I think the Grizzlies here, their defense has come back down to earth a little bit. Their front court's not playing like they're used to. May be a little bit vulnerable. And the Knicks may be a little bit better than their recent record would show. So I like taking the points here with the Knicks at home. All right, next up, it won't be as long-winded, I promise. I do like the Nets -4 against the Sacramento Kings, and really what is a must-win game. The Nets are on a slide right now. They've lost 4 in a row. They are 10-9-1 against the spread on the second night of back-to-backs. And if you look at that game against the Suns on the front end of a back-to-back, they look pretty good. Their offense really showed up. They had an offensive rating of 119 points per 100 possessions. Their defense is really what let them down, and when you look at the last few games, their defense has been the biggest issue, over 120 defensive rating against the Phoenix Suns. But the Sacramento Kings, over the last 2 weeks, 27th in offensive efficiency. They have struggled to score the ball. They struggled to score the ball against the Knicks. They are really struggling without their best player. So I like the Nets here. They'll still have Kyrie Irving on the floor. They'll still have James Harden on the floor. I like them to come out with a statement win, a must-win game. I like them to come out and win by double digits against the Sacramento Kings, a team that's just played pretty poorly lately. And I think that this is a little bit short of a price considering the Nets, they did lose by double digits to the Phoenix Suns last night, but they did look pretty good in the process. They were in that game almost for the entire duration. Maybe a few foul calls go their way and things go differently. Anyway, I do like the Nets here quite a bit. I think that they win big. I would also look at some alt spreads. Nets -4, Knicks +4. Yes, it is the Bing Bong parlay. That's it for me. You can check out our amazing content at actionnetwork.com. Follow me on Twitter at Kenny Ducey. You can also download the Action Network app to get all of our latest stories. And please feel free to like this video if you're going to tail on the Knicks and the Nets. You can comment and tell me that I'm wrong if you don't think that the Knicks and the Nets will cover, and we can have it out in the comments section. Until next Wednesday, so long.